Okay, so let me give you step-by-step approaches to writing an essay verbally. Step-by-step approaches to writing an essay. When you are faced with an IELTS essay question and the examiners or supervisors or coordinators advise you to begin your essay writing, there must be a number of steps you should take in order to arrive at having a standard essay. So these steps are as follows. Step number 1. Read the question only once. Read the question only once to identify the keywords in the question that you can substitute with their synonyms. Read the question only once to identify the keywords in the question that you can substitute with their synonyms. Full stop. After spotting or identifying the keywords, continue after the full stop. After identifying or spotting the keywords in the question that you can change with their synonyms, write the synonyms on top of each word. Write the synonym on top of each word on the question paper. The keywords in the question that you can substitute with their synonym, then write the synonym on top of each word on the question paper. On the question paper. Full stop.
Right. Why the full name?
No. Write the synonym.
Okay.
Synonym of each of the words on top of each word. That's all. Step number 2. Now paraphrase the question by transferring the question that's on the question paper onto your answer sheet. Paraphrase the question by transferring the question from the question paper onto your answer sheet. Using the synonyms of those words to substitute the original words in the question. Paraphrase the question. Now, paraphrase the question by transferring the question from the question paper onto your answer sheet by picking the synonyms of the original words in the question while copying. Full stop. Still on the same line, ensure that the paraphrase retains the original meaning as what is in the question paper. Ensure that the paraphrase retains the original meaning as what is in the original, as what is the question. Step 3. Go back to the original question to read it once, twice, or thrice. Go back to the original question on the question paper to read it twice or thrice to ensure you have properly understood the question. Go back to the original question on the question paper to read twice or thrice to ensure you have proper understanding of the question. Full stop. On the same line, you will continue. Once the question is clear to you, once the question is clear to you, it is now time to decide on what path you would like to take. It is now time to decide on what path you would like to take, based on the question asked. Once the question is clear to you, it is now time to decide on what path you would like to take, based on the question asked. For instance, a question might require you to discuss both sides and give your own opinion. Discuss both sides and give your own opinion. A question may also require you to decide whether you agree or disagree with the issue raised and give your own opinion. The question may ask you, do you agree or disagree with the issue? And give your own opinion. Do you agree or disagree? And give your own opinion. Another question type may be to what extent do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Another question type may be, why do they do so and what are the benefits?
I'm lost. Another question type may be, I said I'm lost.
What's the last question type you got?
Another question type may require you.
Okay. Can you please read for me?
So I wasn't writing another question type.
Yeah.
So you have to discuss both sides and give your own opinion.
Yes.
That's one. Decide whether you agree or disagree with the issue and give your opinion. That's another one. Then to what extent do you agree or disagree? That's another one. Then why do they do so and what are the benefits? That's also another question type.
disagree. Then, to what extent, to state to what extent do you agree? 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 Then another question type might be, why do they do so and what are the benefits? Why do they do so and what are the benefits? Okay, then another question type might also be, how might these be resolved? Or what can be done to improve the situation? Or what can be done to improve the situation? Full stop. Next step. Next step. Gotten? Upon your decision on the path that is best for you, you need to plan your essay. Once you have decided on the path you like to take, next thing is to plan your essay. Full stop. Next thing is to plan your essay. Full stop. Continue on the same line. To plan your essay, you are required to draft out the points with which you would establish your position, in bracket, the path you have decided to take. Plan your essay by drafting out the points with which you would use to establish or support your position, in bracket, the path you have decided to take. Please note, each point you draft out should also have an example attached to it. Each point you draft out should also have an example attached to it, which is to be used to buttress the point. Which is to be used to buttress the point. Full stop. NB, note before, NB. The planning of your essay must be done on your question paper as rough work. The planning of your essay must be done on your question paper as rough work. Okay, next step. Ensure to bring in your opinion. Ensure to bring in your opinion if specified in the question. Ensure to bring in your opinion while planning your essay if specified in the question. So this simply means when you're drafting out your points, you have drafted out the first point and attached an example to it. You've drafted out the second point and you've attached an example to it. You also need to proffer an opinion. So that opinion must be completely spelled out. You have to give your opinion in full. In full. At this point, after taking all the steps above, you are therefore ready for your essay. After taking all the steps above, you are therefore ready for your essay. Next step. Next step, go back to your answer sheet where you stopped at the paraphrase. Go back to your answer sheet where you stopped at the paraphrase and go back to your answer sheet where you stopped at the paraphrase to continue with the thesis or background statement. Go back to your answer sheet where you stopped at the paraphrase to continue with the thesis or background statement. To confirm to the examiner what you have planned to do in the essay. To confirm to the examiner what you have planned to do in the essay. To confirm to the examiner what you have planned to do in the essay. Based on the points drafted out. Based on the points and opinion drafted out. Based on the points and opinion drafted out. Taken. After the thesis background statement must have been established it ends with a semicolon. Your thesis/background statement does not end with a full stop, rather with a semicolon. Here is a semicolon.
That's the background statement.
Thesis background statement does not end with a full stop.
After the thesis.
After your paraphrase, full stop comes in. Then you go to plan your essay on your question paper as rough work. After drafting out your points and attaching example to each, after proofreading your opinion, you go back to your answer sheet. On your answer sheet, you have to continue on the same line as where you have your full stop of the paraphrase, right? You then establish your thesis or background statement to confirm to the examiner that in this essay, I will be writing to agree, or I'll be writing to disagree, or I'll be writing to discuss both sides, depending on the question type, right? So once you have established your background statement, you should not end it with a full stop. Rather, your background statement has to end with a semicolon.
So, sorry. The background statement is just to say what you plan to do with business.
That's all.
Not
You're not bringing in the points, no. Don't bring in the points in your paragraph 1, no. You are only meant to establish that in this essay, I will be writing to absolutely agree with the issue raised above if your points are for agreement. If the instruction says discuss both sides and you have drafted out the points to discuss both sides, your thesis background statement should establish that in this essay, I'll be writing to clearly highlight or I'll be writing to clearly discuss the two issues above. That is what your thesis or background statement should establish. Alright? So your thesis or background statement must align with the points you have drafted out. And your points must be in line with the question asked. Do you understand this? So once you have established your thesis or background statement, don't end it with a full stop. Do not end it with a full stop. End it with a semicolon. The reason for this is so you can bring in your stance. Remember earlier this morning, we talked about grammatical range and accuracy. And the grammatical range, we talked about building a compound or complex sentence or sentences, right? Building compound or complex sentences in your essay. So when you make a thesis or background statement and drop a full stop, it sounds more like a short sentence. But if you end it with a semicolon, it is not yet a sentence. So when you attach your stance, which is the opinion you ought to have drafted out on your question paper while planning your essay, then your full stop follows after the stance. After the stance. Paragraph completely, yes. But you're not bringing in your points in paragraph 1. But you're bringing in the opinion in paragraph 1. Opinion would end the first paragraph.
Sorry, can we just take an example?
Not immediately. Let me finish the steps. Okay, so after establishing your thesis background statement, please close it with a semicolon, then bring in your stance. At the end of your stance, you then bring in your full stop. Once your stance has been added, please bring in your full stop. At this point, you are done with paragraph 1. At this point, you are done with your paragraph 1. And before we continue with the steps, let me just explain to you what paragraph 1 means. Your paragraph 1 is the blueprint of your essay. With your paragraph 1 alone, an examiner would foretell what the other parts of an essay will look like. From your paragraph 1, Getting your paragraph 1 all well done, you have solved your essay 50%. By getting your paragraph 1 well done, you have solved your essay by 50%. Okay, so let's proceed. Next step. Begin your paragraph 2. Begin your paragraph 2 by picking up the first points drafted down on your question paper as rough work. Begin your paragraph 2 by picking up the first points drafted down on your question paper as rough work. Begin your paragraph 2 by picking up the first points drafted down on your question paper as rough work and writing on your answer sheet as your topic sentence. Begin your paragraph 1 by picking up the first point drafted out on your question paper as rough work and drop it onto your answer sheet as your topic sentence. Full stop. Immediately after that, you have to expatiate on the topic. Immediately after this, you have to expatiate on the topic sentence. Expatiate the topic sentence by giving detailed explanations. By giving detailed explanation of what the topic sentence stands for. Full stop. Please note, the detailed explanation which constitutes the body paragraph of your paragraph 2, the detailed explanation of the topic sentence which constitutes the body paragraph, the detailed explanation of your topic sentence, the detailed explanation of your topic sentence which constitutes the body paragraph of your P2 should not be based on spellings of words alone. Should not be based on spellings of words alone. The detailed explanation of your topic sentence which constitutes the body paragraph of your P2 should not be based on spellings all through. Rather, ensure to factor in location, period or duration in brackets, date. Period or duration in brackets, date / centuries. Close bracket. Factor in names of key players, for instance, researcher, scientist, victim of a particular situation, beneficiaries and benefactors. Factor in amount, which should include the symbol of the currency and the amount in figures. Factor in rates.
Figures, not words.
Figures, yes. Currency symbol, amount in figures, dates in figures, month and day, year as well in figure. The month can be in words, the day can be in figure, the year in figure, of course. Then factor in funds, finance, amount, right? Factor in rates, percentages in figures, not in words. Full stop. These are things your body paragraph should contain. A lot of people during their essay in paragraphs, what they do mostly is they just spell words, everything, words, vocabulary, in English, vocabularies. That's not what IELTS needs. Yes, IELTS needs your advanced expressions, no doubt. But IELTS is also looking out for how you are able to express either victims, death rates, mortality, birth rates, successes, investigations, survey, questionnaires, researches in figures. So established in the year 1422, a team of researchers led by Professor Turaka, just give a name, don't bother yourself. IELTS is not concerned about how true that situation is, but quote scenario that appears fact-like. That's what you need. If the finding or research required funding, quote an amount that was invested into that particular venture. Quote the rate of the number of people who were affected by the scenario or situation at that point in time, and the number of people who were resuscitated or who benefited from the invention. So you need to bring this into your writing so that your writing would appear fact-like, not just writing some stories like that. No. So let's continue. After your full stop, please continue. Once the body paragraph has been fully or completely established, simply bring in an example to buttress your narrative. Once the body paragraph has been completely detailed or established, simply bring in an example to buttress the body paragraph. The example can be real life, it could also be fictional, right? But just ensure that it is buttressing what you have established. So whatever example you're citing should also align with what you have given as your body paragraph. Full stop. Next step. Create your paragraph 3 by importing the second point drafted out on the question paper as rough work. Create your paragraph 3 by importing the second point drafted out on your question paper as rough work. To establish your topic sentence. To establish your topic sentence. Once your topic sentence for paragraph 3 has been established, please take the same steps as in the steps above. Take the same step as used to achieve paragraph 2. Yes. Once you have established your topic sentence to paragraph 3, follow the same steps used to achieve paragraph 2. Once your topic sentence for paragraph 3 has been established, please follow the same steps taken to achieve paragraph 2. That means you establish, give detailed explanation of your topic sentence, which is your body paragraph. Remember that you don't just give words, ensure you bring in figures. And after that, you cite an example as well. Alright, those viewing from our YouTube channel, please, I appeal to you, simply like this video and feel free to share the link with your friends. Thank you. Okay, so at this point, your paragraph 3 is completed. So for paragraph 4, you are to conclude your essay. You are to conclude your essay. How do you conclude your essay? There are two templates. There are two templates you can choose from to conclude your essay. The first template is the use of or okay, these are the two templates you can use to conclude your essay. The first template right here is choosing to say summarily, or conclusively. These are advanced expressions. I know a lot of people will say in summary, a lot of people will say in conclusion. But IELTS says, instead of saying in conclusion or in summary, why don't you give us just one word that encapsulates, that captures all of that? So that would be summarily or conclusively. Now when you say conclusively or summarily, the approach is very simple. What you do after beginning your fourth paragraph with any of these words, you simply need to give the synopsis of those topics you discussed. More of the summary. Let's assume that we talked about the importance of traveling by air, right? So maybe the first, your topic sentence to paragraph 2 states that it saves time, right? Second topic says it is the safest means of it's okay. Let's say it's economical. Then second one is it is the safest means of transport. So if I say conclusively or summarily, I will say that the choice of traveling by air, specifically using airplane, is not only beneficial to passengers because of the time it saves them, but also because it is economical for them to travel by air. Do you understand this? So you are given the synopsis of those topics you must have discussed in paragraphs 2 and 3. So once you give the synopsis, you then bring in your opinion. Remember, the opinion is already established in paragraph 1. So when you are bringing the opinion down, you do not bring it down word for word. You also need to rephrase it. So that's what you're to do if you're using this template summarily or conclusively. You must talk about the topics discussed in paragraphs 2 and 3. But if you want to use this particular template in light of the above, if you choose to say in light of the above, you do not need to talk about the topics discussed in paragraphs 2 and 3. You don't need to talk about them. All you need to do is, in light of the above, comma, I therefore recommend strongly that opinion you wrote in paragraph 1, you are to bring it down to paragraph 4 in a rephrased way. So, a lot of people will say, oh, this is easier. It's very straightforward.
Sorry. Please. Can you
In light of the above.
Yes.
When you choose to use in light of the above, you don't write the topics, you don't repeat the topics. You just go straight to whatever opinion you have. So, in light of the above, comma, I therefore believe that although the flight is economical and blah blah blah, however, there is the need for government to blah 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 blah. You're giving whatever opinion you must have stated in your paragraph 1, you're bringing it down in a rephrased manner. So at this point, you have completed your essay. The last step here is, after the conclusion, last step is proofread your essay and make corrections where necessary. Proofread your essay and make corrections where necessary. Proofread your essay and make corrections where necessary. Okay, so these are the major steps you need to take to arrive at a great essay based on the IELTS standard. A lot of people who feel IELTS essay writing is difficult, you will agree with me that with these steps, following this formula, it is easier for you to structure your essay in a way that you would build a wonderful essay. Perhaps the only challenge you might have is developing the points to discuss in the essay. That might be the only challenge you would have. In one of the lessons we'll be transmitting, I would look towards that direction, guiding you on how to develop points for questions. And then that would also help you to master the skills of writing an essay. Okay, so I don't know if we have any question. Mr. Shegun, do you have any question based on all we have done so far?
No, I don't have.
Okay, is everything clear to you?
Yes.
All right. Hajj Shakirat. She's not online? Oh, maybe she's having network issue. All right, so this will be it for today. We shall continue tomorrow by God's grace. So tomorrow we shall look at breaking down this formula, right? Beginning with paraphrase. Please note that paraphrase is the foundation of IELTS. If you understand paraphrase, you will not have a lot of challenges or difficulties when you are treating your listening test, your reading test, even the writing as well as the speaking. So paraphrasing is found in all the 4 modules of the IELTS test. So tomorrow by God's grace, we shall begin with the paraphrase. And we'll take that through to have a complete essay in IELTS. So thank you. See you again tomorrow by 9 a.m.